Alright, in this tutorial I'm going to make a gear, so I'm going to go into orthographic view. I need to select down here twice, click the icon twice. I'm going to use this white crosshair as a reference, and we're going to the lines tool, and I'm going to select the circle from center and select somewhere approximately center, and bring it here and click once, and we'll add, let's say 32, and we're going to go ahead and validate that, and we're going to copy this and paste this. We'll be using this other line here in a little bit. Selection 1/n, set this to 2. This will select every other one and validate it, and I'm going to be dragging out. If you look at this one over here on the left here, I'm going to probably try dragging out about 2 of these square grids here, maybe just a little bit more. Then I'm going to use the chamfer, and I'm going to drag this, set it to number 2 in the range, and just bring this way up like this and validate it. Alright, we're going to activate this curve here, and I'm going to scale it, and I'm going to scale it just inside this where this gear starts coming down inside right here. So all I'm going to do is scale it just a little bit right there, not a whole lot. Then we're going to use the Boolean operation and select here, select the union, and now we got that little gap right there. Alright, we got 96 points on this, so we're going to go ahead and edit paste from what we already copied earlier, and this one has 32. So we'll go to the vertex modeling and keep on clicking till we get what was I say before? We had 96 here, and now we have 96 here. Okay, that's going to work pretty good. And we're going to be using ruled surface, and with these two lines being close together, it's going to work pretty well, because it likes to follow from one point and it tries going over directly to the next point. So if you can keep them in line, this will help them, help it out quite a bit. So we're going to set the flat solid on so we can see what we're doing here, and we're going to use a ruled surface for this. Now before I do this, you can click here, then click the point directly over it, and sometimes if you just double click on the same point, it's going to try to find this point over here. So I'll explain this. I'll click here and click here again, and you can see it went directly across. If it didn't, just undo it and try redoing it again. Alright, I'm going to make this inside this gear just kind of a little bit thicker here, so let's kill all that right there and select the edge, and we're just going to scale this down just a little bit. Alright, we're going to go edit, paste. This is the one that had 32 on it, that's fine, and we'll go about right here. Hold the control key and drag out. Alright, we are going to hide the curve. We're not going to use the curve right now, and lock it. I can select both of these here, and I'm going to select the edge tool, then I'm going to select here and here, and use the bridge, and I'm going to work my way around it. Bridge, and what I'm doing is I'm selecting one, holding the shift key, and the shift key is still held down. I'll let go of the shift key, then bridge it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and select right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and before I do that, let me just go ahead and select in here and loop this. I'm going to bring this in just a little bit more. Before I go ahead, I'm going to select in here, I'm going to ring it, and I'm going to use this connect, and what it's going to do is going to split from the outer to the inner, and it's going to be halfway. So if I select here, and I'm going to do this again because I'm going to need 2 sets of these. So I'll ring it, split the difference, and there we go. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and going to select the object and thickness. We're going to set the thickness, and from here on out it's pretty much just tweaking. If you subdivide it, it's going to do all this to you. So if you don't want that, as you can see here, we can try fixing some of that. Select the edge here. We'll select one here and one on the other side and loop it. As you can see, it got halfway around. So what I need to do is I'm going to pause the video and finish this up, and you'll see here in a second. Alright, now I got all the outer and inner edges selected, and I'll finish this last one up right here and loop this here and this one over here, and everything's all set. And I use a chamfer here, and we're going to go ahead and set this to 1. Let me switch that back to edges. Alright, let's bring this down just a little bit. And bring this down as much as we can. And validate it. Now when we subdivide it, let's collapse this DG one time. As you can see, the gear there has got a harder edge to it, and we can soften that up or anything that we want later on if we decide to. And I can also loop this. We'll bring this out to here, and yeah, as you can see, I'm working with my subdivision up. As long as you're not going too high, you're fine. I'm going to make this one just a little different up here. It's not going to make it symmetrical, so we'll just set this one here. Hold the control key. And there's basic your gear. Alright, thank you very much.